Quick little video. Let me talk about my concern that I have. The Straw Hats have, similar to Sakamoto Days, they kind of have this little side character problem. And not like everyone's side character problem, but specifically the Straw Hats. So, excuse me. Um, yeah. If it isn't Zoro, Sanji, Luffy, Jinbei, Robin, and Usopp is getting Elbaf, so that's 6. I don't see how we are going to contend with the Blackbeard Pirates. Currently, I don't think it's enough. Jinbei still needs a buff, in my opinion. Well, he beat Who's Who, but we can assume that either going to be the same strength or stronger. So it's like, I don't, I don't know, I don't know. But I think about it, and I think of Nami. Brook just might not be enough. So let's put Nami, Brook, Frankie, and I thought Frankie was going to get a buff in Egghead because it's all technology. He did not. So we're going to move on from that. Chopper. And there's probably going to be one more person. But those 4 right there are enough to cripple the ship. And not like they're weak. They're not weak at all. But at the same time, like, you're supposed to be the crew of the Pirate King. A Yonko crew. And right now, I feel like we only have the commander portion down of a Yonko crew. Luffy, definitely a Yonko. Zoro, definitely first commander. Sanji, definitely second commander. Jinbei is a definite third commander. Those are subtle. Those are slight. I think those are good indicators. But it's everyone else. Brook, Nami, Chopper, Frankie. It's just like, okay, okay. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? They need buffs. Usopp is getting one in Elbaf, and if he doesn't, this issue will scream louder than usual. Now, am I someone who's going to complain without making solutions? Yes and no. I have solutions for certain people. Brook, he has a soul fruit. I feel as though we should be either awakening Brook, we should be awakening Brook, or give him other forms of hockey application. And the reason why I say this is because Blackbeard's crew and Shanks's crew, for that matter, let's just put it all in a 3-way, and let's really like digest this. So Blackbeard's crew, majority of them have devil fruits that are basically going to be awakened. What do I mean by that? Burgess, strong fruit. He's strong. He's going to awaken that. San Juan Wolf, he's giant fruit. He's going to awaken that. Who else? Van Augur. I mean, not Van Augur. Doc Q. Doctor. Disease fruit. He's going to awaken that. Who else? Who fits the bill? Oh, Vasco shot. Alcoholic. Has the alcohol fruit. And so we have Blackbeard's crew being essentially has the blueprint for an entire awakened devil fruit crew. That's just, I'm calling it what it is. Whether or not they get awakened or not doesn't matter because it looks like that's the route that we're going. Now, if you disagree, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But now let's look on Shanks' crew side because remember, this is a free for all. To my knowledge, nobody has a devil fruit. We're working off of strictly hockey masters. Now, Robin's been confirmed to have hockey in some way. Usopp, Zoro, Sanji, Luffy, Jinbei. No, I think that's it. I think that's it. We have 4 people who are unaccounted for with abilities. And my thing is not to say that they should have hockey or that every single one of them needs a devil fruit. The point is, how do we get them to be a serious contender if this is what we're contending against? Are 6 people going to do the majority of the work for the 10? Like, I need to know the discrepancies. I need to know the discrepancies because it's not looking too good, especially with Blackbeard. And then on top of that, Blackbeard has Kuzan. You have a whole admiral, so it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't foresee how this is going to work with them being a leading, pushing force that's driving conflict. I do see it working if Shanks' crew and Blackbeard's crew clash and Luffy's crew is alongside them and they're like assisting as opposed to being the main factor that's causing the defeat. But that to me is kind of like a cop out because it's like this far in the game, this late in the game at that, we should be standing on business mode. We should be standing on our own two toes. Each individual member should be able to stand on their 10 toes. I'm not saying every member has to be an admiral level character. I'm not saying that at all. But I do believe in certain scenarios, when I look back at One Piece at the end of this year versus next year, well, let me just say next year because the year's almost over. When I look at One Piece at the end of next year, Nami should be able to 1v1 ulti. I'm just saying. Nami should be able to 1v1 ulti, and that's the hill I'm gonna stand on. Chopper should be able to 1v1 page 1, I guess. But you get what I'm saying? Like the Straw Hats are concerning me because I feel like we should be in a higher place than what we are. And we've been focusing on the monster trio. We've been getting them what they needed to do. And that's not to say that the Straw Hats have not gotten growth. They obviously have. But in comparison to their antagonistic counterparts, it's kind of like, okay, it's looking a little rough. But that's all I got to say. Take it or leave it. It's just my opinion.